What's up? This is Beyond Manifestors, where we dive deep into the depths of our souls. Y'all already know I'm Ro, a psychic medium life guide that helps those who are struggling and feel that they are beyond manifestors. And this is my TwinFlame story. Come on in and get comfortable. Grab your favorite drink. So I told y'all on my Kundalini Awakening video that I would talk a little bit more about my twin flame. This was the relationship that was never supposed to happen. I met my twin flame during the course of my reawakening before my Kundalini arose. Honestly, I was in a 10-year relationship and I wasn't actively looking for another one consciously, but something in my soul knew it was time for a shakeup. The relationship and I had plateaued a long time ago. I didn't want to leave her and what we did manage to accomplish over the last decade, but it was like whatever we did, I felt like we were growing further and further apart. We had a lot of great moments and some not so great. We both had good careers, but there was something missing: soul satisfaction. Over time, our souls began to drift further and further apart. Two souls that was headed in the opposite direction, and that was hard to digest. It was like my soul said mission complete, but honestly, I wasn't ready to let go. Even though I had begun to realize that we were on two different vibrational levels and frequencies for a while. Through all of the issues, I did whatever I could to hold the relationship together. This went on for years. We were the perfect couple in most people's eyes and the ones people sought after for advice. I still appreciate the role she played and the divine presence in her. My twin flame, I don't know where the fuck she came from. It was like the Keisha Cole song just hit me. Sent from heaven, or that Beyonce, halo, running by your embrace. It was like God just dropped her from heaven into my awareness, but I'm pretty sure she existed before then. It was like we knew each other prior to this lifetime. It started as platonic, but on a deep soul level to me, it was more than a platonic relationship. It wasn't an emotional reaction from anything physical or the way she looked, but it was a feeling deep down in my soul that resonated with hers. She was the yin to my yang. She lit a fire in me that I buried. My telepathic communication increased. Our ability to read one another was crazy, y'all. I once again began to talk about my spiritual nature. Around that time, reincarnation was also reintroduced to my awareness. Due to all of these things happening so fast, I began to ask questions to my spirit, and I was eventually led to the terms soul contracts, twin flames, and twin souls. My creative flow was reopened. I even began to channel. I began to write, and one of the notes that was created was named The Life of Angels While on Earth, where it began to highlight some of our deepest core wounds and secrets. It was like shadow work on steroids. I was receiving download after download after download. Even though I'm physically a man, at some point I realized I was the divine feminine in the relationship, and I began to understand the phase and dynamics of runner-chaser. It was like I was playing tug-of-war with my spirit. The love that penetrated my soul and heart was also the same love that hurt my soul. At least that's what I believed at that time. We started to study together. I started to enjoy living life again. I dug deep into shadow work. I also was doing inner child work. I couldn't believe that I forgot about what I loved to do. I was feeding my soul again, or my soul was feeding me. The theme through any of my relationships never changed for me. It was about soul growth. Everything else was just an add-on. Things weren't perfect, but they were perfect for me because I began to realize the mission. But I didn't know how intense things could get, and they were already getting hot. My soul sensitivities and faculties were constantly increasing, and I was still working at this job. My empathetic nature was blown wide open. I couldn't remember the last time I was like this. It had to be when I was a kid. And I began to realize that I was absorbing emotions, thoughts, pains, and sufferings from others again and again. And I had to relearn, honestly, how to shut this shit off. My spirit and God was the only reason I was able to function during this time. Some things that were acceptable and I could tolerate, I no longer could tolerate them. Drinking liquor at this time and even eating certain foods was used for my spiritual growth. This was discovered through trial and error. I had several experiences that were like walking 10,000 feet in the air on a tightrope of life and death. It was like, if I sneeze, I'm fucked, and I'm surely gonna fall to my death physically. But my spirit reminded me, I would be okay regardless of how tough and scary it was. I realized that was my spirit forcing growth based on being unconscious, my previous commitment to God, my soul contract, and it was time for me to go deeper into my soul, regardless if I was ready or not. The ideas in my head were divine union. The twin flame relationship isn't for the weak, and if you've ever been in a real one, you would know. In order to stay together long term, it requires a deep level of surrender and commitment on both ends to remain physically together on the 3D plane. But that shouldn't be your main goal. It's nice, but most people don't understand the purpose when they're in it. The twin flame relationship is honestly there to take you back to your soul, the place where you realize everything is okay, and to trust that you are already whole, perfect, and complete. You don't need anything or anyone else to validate your true essence of your being. You are divine. You are one with the one. You are love, light, and beauty. It's about balancing yourself, the divine, feminine, and masculine in you. Your soul is on fire and will do anything it needs to do to reawaken you. And that'll bring up all types of shit that needs to be purified and purged for your next step in evolution. You're being tried by fire. It'll open up so many levels of your consciousness. During my twin flame process, I got engaged, inherited bonus kids. I bought a house. We moved in together. We had a miscarriage. My father died after my mom did. We broke up to several issues, and I quit my job. On top of that, more weird shit began to happen, and I began to learn that I was a psychic medium. Life can be challenging when you aren't understood by others, but we don't have to do it alone. Click the link in my bio and give me a call, and see you on the other side. God bless.